Hello, friend. I'm looking forward to spending this time with you. It's actually one of my favorite parts of the day. Today, we'll be enjoying 5 chapters of Goodnight, PunPun. So, get your glass of water, find somewhere cozy, and let's go on this adventure. Before we begin chapter 79, take a deep breath with me. Breathe in through your nose, hold it, and out. Let's begin. Penis, vagina, penis, Koopa. Penis, vagina, vagina, penis, Koopa. Ah, hair. Hot. Anodera, are you up? I've got a bad hangover. I've got a real bad hangover, so I'm going to take a cold shower. But why don't you join me for breakfast after that? Still out cold, huh? Talk about a bad sleeping posture. Ugh. Ow. I overslept. I promised a friend I'd meet him today, so I have to go now. I really don't remember much about what happened last night, so I apologize if I did anything bad. Sorry again for all the trouble. Anodera. Milky Way Nanjusachi. Does PunPun made up this flimsy excuse? Why am I so bad with other people? Lying is bad. I'm better off dead, no doubt about that. Alright, guys and gals, show me divine justice. Ta-da! What? Not bad. Come on, just do both of us a big favor and kill me already. I said, come on, you dumbass. Let's just stop this already. This is all I've been doing for the past few months. Enough is enough. I'm just a born loser. Yeah, that's right. Who really cares anymore? It's not as if I'd magically end up finding Aiko today. To hell with everything. The next time I come across a girl with her underwear exposed like that, doesn't matter who it is, I'll just go ahead and stick my Johnny in her. Maybe then the police will arrest me? Will I be executed? Boing! That was a funny chapter. Chapter 80. Diligent as ever in his task, the rain continued to downpour yet again today, as the unpleasant humidity of the air stuck to his skin hair. PunPun let out a sigh that quickly dispersed itself among the irritation and weariness of the city. PunPun was thinking. PunPun was unable to think about anything anymore. Walking like a soulless zombie through town for days and days had made it difficult for him to even remember what he was trying to do. Ah! Anodera! Over here! Hey! I said hey! Don't ignore me. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Hello? Looks like it's raining pretty hard again, eh? I'm on my way home from work, but where'd you headed to right now, Anodera? Thanks. Looks like you aren't completely clueless. I'm the type who always ends up having her umbrella stolen or lost. You were pretty drunk that night, you know. You kept babbling on and on. The manager wasn't much of a help since he and the other customers soon left for another round of drinks at some other bar. Oh, but don't worry. You were slurring and mumbling incoherently, so I had no idea what you said. Oh, that's right. PunPun recalled. Do you want anything to drink? I guess I shouldn't be giving you any alcohol, so how about some oolong tea? I just bought some from the supermarket yesterday. If it's truly fate that brought me back to this room. Huh? I know I put it here somewhere. Then I ought to stick my Johnny in her cheeky little gooch. Oh. Sorry about not waking you up on that day. If I had known that you needed to meet up with a friend, I would have. Here it is. So, who was it that you met up with? Was it your girlfriend? Were you able to meet her on time? What is it? Do you need something? Do you need any help? Oh no, it's fine. It's easy to cook this working alone. So just sit down and take it easy. After all, you've got a night shift for your part-time job today, right? Come on, eat up. I mean, you don't have much money, right? If you don't mind me saying, you don't look too well. I think you need to eat some proper meals. Just tell me if the seasoning's too mild, and feel free to be picky and leave out anything you don't like. I've got plenty of natto and kimchi, so help yourself. Oshamanabi. Correct. Man, these shows are a little depressing to see. It's hard not to be jealous of all these models and actors. Know what I'm saying? How nice to have all the luck in life. Oh, you can change the channel if you want. You're unexpectedly quite a nice person, Nanju. Really? Is the reason why you can be so nice to others due to your self-confidence? Hey, what's with such a blunt questions like that? And don't you think it's a little rude to say unexpectedly? I mean, this much treatment is normal. That's not to say that people don't have their own interests at mind, but still. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at talking with people. PunPun wish he had not said anything. Oh, so you don't have any confidence in yourself. If you don't have just any, just make some yourself. Or go buy some at a store. But I think you're too focused on everything, on every little thing. You seem almost wary because of it. Just talk normally about whatever that's in your mind, honestly. But what if I end up hurting someone's feelings because of what I carelessly said? Don't worry, I'm not that sensitive. So go ahead and talk normally. On a second thought, I don't think I should worry. Sorry. So, how does it taste? It's good. That's good to hear. I actually didn't meet up with a friend nor a girlfriend. I just felt really awkward that day, so I lied about meeting up with a person. Awkward? Why? While you were sleeping, I peeped at your crotch. After seeing your pubic hair sticking out from your underwear, I could hardly control myself, so I quickly ran away. And to be perfectly honest, I masturbated for the first time in 3 years last night. Chapter 81. Actually, to tell you the whole truth, for 10 hours straight from last night until this morning, I did nothing but masturbate. You see, I forbid myself from jerking off since my high school day, so it felt mind-numbing amazing. Psst. You idiot. You don't have to tell me that much. Oh man, so you could see my panties clear as day, huh? Well, excuse me. But if it really was that exciting for you, perhaps you'd like to see it again? I'm obviously joking, but I'm quite surprised to hear you managed to hold off for 3 years. I won't ask you what caused you to do such a thing, though, but if it must have been quite tough for you, eh? Poor boy. Being so backed up like that, still, you must have had some wet dreams to believe yourself, am I right? Maybe I should be thanking you instead. It's quite an honor that someone would use me to wank one off. Do you want another bottle of oolong tea? Anywho, do you remember about my offer to you of writing a story for a picture book, that is? I'm ready to start the project right this second if I have to. Talentless? Oh, come on, don't worry so much. I'm specifically asking you because I think you've got what it takes. No, I really don't think I can. What do you mean you can't? You're pretty much free all day long. And I've already found out your address from the manager, so don't even think about you can run away from me. Anodera, I now understand what a dead serious person you are. But you can't just run away from everything forever. I may not know what problems you've had in the past, and I perfectly understand your feelings of wanting to be left alone so you don't hurt anyone's feelings. But the world's not such a simple place that you can get by living all alone. And more importantly, you're not a strong enough person for that either. Am I wrong? I have something I need to do. Something you need to do? I have to settle things once and for all with this girl I used to like back long ago. Settle things? What do you need to confess to her or something? Not quite, but in any case, I just have the feeling that I might have to meet her one more time, no matter what. That's why I've been searching for her all over town, like I was doing earlier today. Hmm. So you're not just going to give up, huh? But I doubt you just magically pop into here by walking through town. And you can't keep up this forever. I plan to keep searching for her until 2 years from now, when the contract for my apartment expires. And if you don't find her by then, hmm, refusing to enter, huh? So about that girl, she's your old classmate, right? If so, I'm sure you could track her down if you look through the registry of names or by asking other fellow classmates of yours. I'm willing to bet that deep inside your heart, you don't actually want to see her again. You say you're waiting for the so-called destined reunion with her, but is there really any point to that? Considering the way you're going about your search in a way that most likely to fail. I can only think of this as just some feeble excuse of yours. Despite what you say, I'm sure that you'll still be looking for her even 10 years from now. You may make it seem like you're suffering and that you want to find her badly, but what you really want is to continue your pathetic, unproductive life without thinking of doing anything. I personally don't care either way. There's a lot of people who want to be in despair just so they can pity themselves. But I just think it's a waste of time, that's all. After all, you're the one who wishes to be left alone and refuses to share your pain with anyone else. Listen up, Anandera. Even our reunion at the bar on that night might be fate. But it's all up to you whether you want to see it like that or just like a coincidence. So, what you'll do? Should I help you find that girl? I'd rather like to see what it exactly is that you want to settle with her. Don't you just want to be done being tied up with trivial things in the past and start living for a brighter tomorrow by using your talents for once? Please stop. Come on, just tell me her name. I'll find her within 3 days for you. I said stop! Then just die already. I think I'll be going now. Oh, before you leave, it's my number. If you write up even a little bit of a material, phone me up and I'll let me read it. I'm not going to write anything. I'll be looking forward to reading your story. Talk about a pushy woman. Anodera, are you angry about something? Beep, 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 beep. PunPun did not set one foot outside that day. He somehow felt unpleasant. Very, very unpleasant. Chapter 82. As a math teacher, I love absolutes. That's why I dislike humanity majors and people who were into the paranormal back during my student years. I just couldn't set the appeal of vague, insubstantial, and ephemeral nonsense created by humans. For me, nothing else could be more exciting than the absolute and perfect formulas offered by math. And if anybody couldn't understand that, they'd be better out reading their pretentious novels. That's what I stubbornly thought until I met him. The first time I met him, he was walking nude on campus while humming a tune. It was quite a strange tune that captivated even someone like me who had no interest in music. So I walked up to him and asked what he was humming, and with the look of a little boy, he faced me and said, "This is the melody of your tomorrow that I heard in my dream." I thought he was just being idiotic at first. But then the next day, I cut myself while shaving, arrived late for my date, and was dumped by my girlfriend exactly like he predicted. Not only that, he even correctly predicted the Amirshrinko cult's attacks, 9/11, and even the Miramoki character. But he's got a pure soul. So, he never uses his power for his own selfish gains, nor does he show it off. I was reminded of the famous Indian mathematician Ramanujan, who claimed the goddess appeared before him in his dreams to reveal mathematical formulas. And then I realized something. I realized that my purpose in life was to prove the greatness of a genius like him. Even a divine miracle, if proven, can become a science. That is my dream. That man is almost too pure. He's the type to trust and forgive every last human on earth. I consider it my life's mission to expose the people to that man's forgiving and kind spirit. Thank you for that delightfully absurd story, as expected of the infamous crackpot math teacher of this cram school. By the way, one of the female students said that your spit is toxic and can rot a person's face away. Well, to tell you the truth, he's actually just the son of a moderately wealthy family of religious fanatics. But unlike them, I don't think I could make a living with a fancy talking. Well, you never know. In an economic recession like nowadays, religion might be quite popular among the people. Of course, I personally find them all too shady and almost laughable. But you're more humble than I thought you'd be. That's quite reassuring, you know. Is that a compliment? If so, then how about going out with me? Please, pretty please, with a cherry on top? How did the conversation suddenly change to this? Are you an idiot? Oh, one more thing. Please stop waiting for me outside after work every day. It's quite uncomfortable for me, and if you persist, I'll report you as a stalker. I'll see you tomorrow then. Good vibrations. Yo, to be honest, I didn't think you'd write something up so soon. Of course, it's not like I wasn't expecting you to either, but I was a little worried that I might have been too pushy. Hmm, I see. Terrible. This is just plain terrible. I mean, to begin with, your Japanese is terrible. Are you sure we graduated from the same high school? The plot itself is a little better, but the rest of it is just look at these characters. They act too cool and talk way too much for a picture book. What you wrote is more of a manga. I could have sworn the story you wrote before was so much better than this. Or am I just remembering it with rose tinted glasses? Nanju, Ken, I'm here. Geez, you're late. Hurry up and sit down. You're an eyesore. Hey, Anna there, long time no see. It's me, Kenny, the older Kenny. Still trying your luck at making picture books, Nanju? That's right. May I take your order? I was a rabbit in my previous life, so I have a mini salad. And you're still working as a corporate slave, right, Kenny? What's with that attitude? I took time out of my busy schedule to come meet you since we haven't seen each other for so long. So, how's your little diamond in the rough doing? You sure your intuitions weren't wrong? Anadera, going back to what I was saying, I know you can write better than this. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. Just let your feelings out honestly and write like you did back then. So, do you want to give it another try? I think it'd be best for both of us if I don't write anymore. God damn it! There you go, giving up again. How the hell would you know if it'd be best for the both of us? What are you, some expert that see the future or something? Now, settle down. Ha! Looks like you're in quite a pickle, Anadera. Once Naja sets her mind to something, she won't listen to anything else. She's a real demon at getting what she wants. She's also pushy, egotistical, and foul-mouthed. But she's really glad to have met you again. It's no lie that she's been longing to see you again, believe me when I say that much. Nanju may be thinking of herself as helping you out, but I think it's quite the opposite. I like to ask you to help her out. In a lot of ways, she's a real white swan. An ugly duckling that became a swan, that is, struggling to swim underwater and looking aloof when, though, she's actually just putting up a tough front. I've known Nandri ever since she was in grade school. Back then, she was with her girl. She was with this girl with a sketchbook, always by her side. And in middle school, she won a lot of awards for her drawings. After that, she acted as if she were some prodigy. Well, that's not to say she wasn't talented, of course. But her success didn't continue for very long. It was as if her talent suddenly dried up or something. She then enrolled at her Waseda University with me, but she ended up leaving in the middle of the school term due to a lot of complications. Nowadays, she says she's considered drawing picture books as more of her hobby, but I wonder if that's how she really feels. That's why I think it'd be great for you to, if you could expel her doubts and second thoughts. By the way, what do you think Nanji's childhood dream is? It's to become a Meganka. She was pretty serious about it back in university, and she even got quite close to getting a serialization, but ended up missing her mark. I think she feels that she's been branded with failure. She just can't seem to come up with a story, but she used to talk about it so passionately back then, about how she wanted to crush the world with her manga. Hmm. Maybe we should hit up Up's mama's place for a drink. Oh right, I forgot that you couldn't drink. Then do you want to go to a cafe for some tea? I think I'll just go home early today so I can give another go at the story. What? Really? Thanks. Nanju, is it no good if it's manga? Hmm. So Kenny told you, did she? Well, that might be a little too hard at the moment. I know I was a little annoyed today and said your writings was horrible. And to be honest, I graded your story a 20 out of 100. But I was also really happy that you wrote something for me. So I'll give you 100 out of 100 for your attitude today at least. Chapter 83. Reinforced concrete 10 stories tall and 15 years old. The place is just a one-room apartment on the 8th floor, but the size is 35 millimeters, so it should be quite comfortable. Not only that, all the surrounding buildings here are low, so you'll have a terrific view from up there. And considering that the train station's only a 5-minute walk from here, I'd say the 80,000 yen rent is quite reasonable. My offices will take care of all the maintenance stuff, so you don't worry about that either. I should have left the key up there. Well, aren't you pretty careless about your job? Yep, just pretend you didn't see that just now. Ooh, this place is pretty nice. The entrance looks pretty worn out, but interior looks nice. That's right. Hmm? Whoa, the bathroom is all new. The bathtub of my current place is so old it's a nightmare. Ah, whoa. Did it stop bleeding? Yeah, for now, I guess. Sorry about this. It's just that I have this old scar on my forehead that can reopen pretty easily. Well, I'm just glad you're alright. So, have you decided? If you don't hurry up, someone else might end up taking the place, you know? To think that I want to move because some stalker from work knows where I live. I mean, it is creepy and all, but to move just because of that pisses me off. But that room looks pretty nice to work in. Are you changing jobs already? Oh, no, it's nothing. Oh, speaking of jobs, I know I suggested it to you before, Anadera, but would like to know work part-time here. Our real estate office has been recently been transferring all our old records to the computer, but I'm clueless about this kind of stuff. But I guess someone young like you know all about stuff like this, right, Anadera? I'm afraid I don't know anything either. There you go again with the negative attitude again. I'm going to smack you if you keep acting like that, you know. Do you have any idea how lucky you are to be getting a job offer in an economic recession? Don't worry, just think of Gramps as your own personal piggy bank to exploit. I'll do it! Well, aren't you two on close terms? You should just date each other. No way. Oh. Ah! How many times do I have to tell you? We don't have the money to spare to be giving out part-time jobs. God, you're too trusting of people. This is just like the time you went from a walk and returned home with some stray cat that ended up sitting all over the house. Do you really want to be hit with a wooden mallet again? Mizuzu? Didn't you say you were going to be sleeping in since you weren't feeling well? Just when I think you've learned your lesson about not picking up random stuff, you go and bring home those Mineko Nico statuses. But that stupid statue didn't even bring us any new customers. Do you want this place to be demolished and turned into a parking lot? Is that what you really want, you old geezer? No, no. I think it'd be best for you to back down a lot, to go back and lie down. And as for you, don't just sit on your bum waiting for someone to just hand you a job. It's a common sense for a person to get out there in the world and work his ass off to make a living, no matter what problem he has. Yet you pretend the rest of the world has nothing to do with you and just lays around with a face that might as well belong to a corpse. God, you youngsters are so conceited. The only thing you can ever do is whine, whine, whine. Always whining about how the job market is bad, or your work benefits aren't good enough, or how you don't want to be a slave of society or whatever. Back in the olden days, people worked to the bone in their far harsher conditions than you've ever imagined. So don't get cocky, punk. You don't even contribute a single thing to society. No matter the times we live in, as a worthless piece of trash is a worthless piece of trash. Got it, you lazy passive bum? Wait. Just hang on a minute. Don't you think you're being a bit too harsh? Kids like him will never understand unless you shout it out directly to their faces. That may be true, but that doesn't mean you need to say it so rudely. It'll be easier for an idiot like him to understand this way. It's true that honor there is a little lacking, but that doesn't mean you can just lump him all together with all the slackers of today's generation when you don't even know the first thing about his circumstances. His circumstances? Oh, so a kid who has no health problems has circumstances that justify him to be a lazy dumbass? So then, you think he should just work himself to death? Are you going to take responsibility for when he destroys his health and sinks into depression? Hold on. Why the hell should I take responsibility? Don't my taxes already support his lazy ass enough? Now, let's just all calm down. Ha! I win this round. That's it. I'm leaving. I've got bigger things to do than argue with you. Oh yes, I'm sure you're real busy. I'm real sorry about what happened back there. That daughter of mine has been real tense these days. Maybe she's becoming menopausal or something, even though she's still unmarried. The rainy season this year is quite long, isn't it? In any case, give that room some thought. In the meanwhile, I promise I won't show the place to any of the customers. As for you, Anadera, please do come over again to my office on a day when my daughter is not there, though. Jeez, you're too nice on people. I know. I'm sorry about everything. I was only planning on checking out the place. I had no idea it'd lead up to all of that. No, I should be the one apologizing for not saying anything back. That's enough. Your sorries are too cheap to come by. Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't say all that for your sake or anything. I just couldn't sit down and take that kind of talk. It's as if she was criticizing the old me. And the fact that I couldn't think of anything good to retort with just makes it all the more frustrating. But in a way, it's exactly as she said. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. To not even try because you're afraid of failing is just too pathetic. You say you're bad at talking to others, but that's only because you're too spoiled to try. But if you still feel like blaming the misfortunes of their past, then by all means go ahead. As for me, I've got my own life to worry about. I'm also scared of trying only to end up failing even more than dying. But I have no choice but to try. I wouldn't expect someone like you who gives up at the first chance to ever understand, though. Isn't that a little conceited of you? What do you mean? You're pretty smart and talented at drawing. It's only obvious that a person as lucky as you would be overflowing with self-confidence. But how can you expect the same amount of self-confidence from me? That's just too cruel. You're wrong. Without considering the feelings of others, all you do is look down on people. I said you're... So please just stop criticizing me anymore. Anodera. I really didn't want to tell you this, but the truth is, this face of mine, I've had plastic surgery on it. Wow. Thank you for joining me, friend. We'll stop right there for today. And as a reminder, you are not alone. You matter. I love you. Good night, sweet dreams. Mwah.